Hi guys, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel. So Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the day that you are supposed to feel beautiful and loved and spoiled. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do this tutorial using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. So if you're interested in learning this tutorial for Valentine's Day, please keep watching. Okay, so the very first thing that you're gonna do whenever you're putting on makeup, even if it's for a short period of time, is you need to prime your face. So the primer that I like to use is Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And it's an expensive primer, something that you get at Sephora, Ulta. I recommend, if you want to try it, or if you aren't sure that you're going to like this product, they sell a travel size version, which is much cheaper than the full size version. So I recommend, if you just want to try it to see how you like it, go out and buy the travel size. So I'm going to first put on my primer, and you're just going to apply it with your fingers, and you need a very small amount, like a pea size. And that's going to go all over your face. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do after priming our face is we're going to prime our eyes. Now, eye primers, there's a whole bunch out there. The one I'm going to be using today is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And I think it's a really great product. It's a lot like the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, which also I would say that if you didn't want to spend the money for a high-end brand, you could always get the e.l.f. primer too. I know it's like, I think $1 for their primer, and it works just as good. So you're gonna just use a very, very, very small amount. I would say less than a pea size, just enough to coat those eyelids and get that ready for your eyeshadow. What a primer does for your eyes is it helps your eyeshadow stay on longer, and it helps for your shadows not to crease on your eyes, which sometimes can happen if you tend to have a little oilier eyelids, or you know, you have like fine lines. It'll tend to crease up there. So once we have that ready, we're going to start with our eyeshadow. So I am going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette, like I said, and I'm going to be using their vanilla shade. It is a I believe a matte, and we're going to be using the shadow over here called Divinity. It's a very light shade. It's great for brow bone highlight. So we're just going to go in, and we're going to go right under the brow, just like that. And I just like to blend it out. We're going to go in, and so once we do that, we're going to go in with our blending color. I like to use this color right here. This one right here is called Almond Truffle. It's my favorite color in the whole entire palette. It's so versatile. You can use it with any look pretty much, and it just makes the blending so easy. So we're just going to go in real light with that blending color. So next we're going to do our eyelid color, and I'm going to use this soft pink since it is Valentine's Day, and it is called Sprinkles right here. Okay, and you can just take any eyeshadow brush. I use the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I think it's great. It's very cheap. It's only, I think, $3 for this brush. You can't beat it for the price. So we're just gonna go right in on the lid, just like that. And just remember, everything can be blended out too. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna come in with our crease color. And for that one, I'm gonna be using Bordeaux, which is right here. It's kind of like a burgundy brown almost. It's a matte color. It's very beautiful. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna go in the crease, and then we're gonna do the outside corner of our eyes. And I just blend it all the way through. Okay. Okay. And next I'm going to put on my eyeliner. I'm going to be using the Milani Eye-Tech Bold Liquid Eyeliner. It is the chubbier one, so be careful. If you're not very comfortable with doing wing liner yet, I would suggest not using this. You're going to want to use something that has a smaller point. As you can see, that this one is very bold. Okay. Okay, and once you're done with that, then I do my eyebrows next. So I know a lot of people like to use dip brows, brow pencils, pomades, gels. For my eyebrows, they're naturally pretty thick, so I just like to use this Prestige Brow Perfection Brow Building System. It comes in almost like a mascara bottle, and one side has the color to it, the other side is a clear gel. I use the medium to dark brown, and that's all I put in my eyebrows. I sometimes use pencil, but this is my go-to all the time. Usually I don't have all that time to get ready during the day before work and things, so this is what I do. So you're going to take the colored side or any type of colored brow gel that you have, and you're just going to outline your brows. Just kind of filling them in. I like the natural look. I know that a lot of us, a lot of girls kind of like that more edgy look where it's definitely defined. Me, I like more of the natural, I like to say 1980s Brooke Shields look. So, and then we take the clear part of the wand and just lightly go over that. So once you're done with that, now we're going to start working on our face makeup. And the reason why you don't do the bottom of your eyes is because you want to do the tops first, because sometimes you can have fallout with certain types of eyeshadows that you use. So you do your eyes first so that you don't have that fallout on your completed face look, and then you finish doing all of your face makeup, and then you're going to go back in to do your bottom part of your face, your eyelashes and eyeshadows. That way it's not getting all over your face and you don't have to redo it. So the very first thing that I use is my MAC Prep and Prime, and I use the light color, and it comes in stick form. It's a brush end, so you're just gonna put that underneath your eyes where you would normally put your concealer. And I know it looks really, really yellow, and you're like, oh my god, Haley, what are you doing? You don't need that. That's like way too dark for you. But I promise it's not. It's just my lighting for right now. So you're just gonna put it right under your eye. And then I like to put a little down my nose. and on the very bottom part of my chin. Okay. And then I'm going to take my beauty sponge. You can use any type that you like. I know the popular one out there is the Beauty Blender. Unfortunately, that's $20. And especially if you're starting off with makeup, a lot of people don't want to spend that much on a beauty sponge. And honestly, I don't blame them. I mean, I have a Beauty Blender and I think it works amazing. I also have the Real Techniques one. It's a little more dense than the Beauty Blender, but I think it does a great job. And it's literally less than half of the cost. The Beauty Blender goes for $20, where this goes for $6.99, and most of the time that you can get them on sale, so you can't beat it. So you're just going to take your blender of whichever you prefer, and you're going to go in and blend your prep. So you're just going to blend that in. And when you're using a beauty sponge like this, especially when it's a wet one, or not wet, damp, you're going to want to push it into your skin like that. That way it's absorbing it, but the sponge isn't absorbing the product. It's going onto your face, not the sponge. Okay, so once that's all blended in, then you can start with the foundation. The foundation that I'm using today is a drugstore foundation. It is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte 20-hour foundation, in Classic Ivory, which is number 101. This is probably the best drugstore foundation that you can find. I mean, this baby, if you like full coverage, you're gonna get full coverage. I mean, this is awesome. I know some people say that they can't find it in their color, but I am super fair skinned, and their 101 still works on me. So we're just gonna put some on our Beauty Blender. We're gonna pack it right in, right all over the skin. And when you're putting on your foundation, you want to go all the way back to your ear and under your chin and by your neck, because the better that you blend it into your skin, the more natural it's going to look. So that's pretty much blended all over the place. So the next thing that we're going to use is our concealer. And I put just a little underneath my eyes just to brighten it up a little bit under there so that you look more awake, a little healthier. So I use the MAC Mineralized Concealer in NW15. It's one of the lightest ones that you can get there. It works beautifully. So I just put little marks from underneath my eye all the way to my hairline. And then I like to put a little down my nose, just like that. A little right here, across my T-zone, and a little on my chin. Okay. And some people like to use a brush to buff their concealer in. I just use my Beauty Blender. I think it's a lot easier, and I like the look that it gives me. I use my blenders pretty much on anything that goes on my face, even powder. I know when I was growing up, oh man, I used to use a powder brush and loose powder. Oh, can I tell you how many times my mom was not happy about that? She was not happy about that. All right. So that's all blended in all over the place. Just give it another lowdown. Okay. Alrighty. So then the next thing that we're going to do is put powder on. And you want to use powder anytime that you put concealer under your eyes. That way you're setting the powder into the concealer. That way it doesn't crease underneath your eyes. That's why you get those fine lines on your face and underneath your eyes and around your lips. That's from not setting your foundation and concealer. So today I'm using Ben Nye Luxury Powder. I know some of you have heard of this from Kim Kardashian. She uses his banana powder. Banana powder is way too dark for my skin, way too dark. So I use the lightest shade they have, which is called Cameo. And this is probably one of the best powders I've ever had. It is such a fine mill on it. It's so smooth. And I bought the huge size, which is the 3-ounce size. And I believe I paid $22 for that 3-ounce size, and how that's going to take me a year to use all that powders. So the very first place that you're going to set is underneath your eyes. And a lot of people like to bake, what they call bake their powder. And that means that you're just leaving it on for an extended amount of time. That way it makes your face look even lighter. A lot of people who do that are people who like to do a really, really strong, dramatic contour. And for me, that's just not practical. I work a lot during the week, and I just don't have time to do that type of contour. Alright. And then what I do is afterwards, I like to take just a regular powder brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk, I think, from Target, and I like to wipe off any excess that I left on my face, which is usually very rare. Okay, so now that that's all done, we're going to start with the type of contour that I like to do. And it's a very basic one, just to bring more color to the face. I like, especially because I'm so pale, sometimes it can make me look sickly. So I like to add a little bronzer and some contouring and blush and highlights so that I don't look so pale all the time. So the bronzer that I have been using lately is a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And it is in the light bronzer. So I just drag it across my whole entire face. And I don't use a lot. I just use enough so that it gives me a little color. And I like to use it on my cheeks. Just right, a little bit right where I like to contour. Just to bring a little warmth to my face. And then I'm going to use my contour palette that I got. This is the Contour Yourself palette from MAC. It just recently came out. It is the greatest deal ever because listen, ladies, if you love MAC, you know how expensive it can be to build your own palette. Well, this palette, this beautiful palette, is build your own. It's $60 and it comes with the 6 different colors. It comes with, I believe, 3 blushes, a bronzer, a sculptor, and then a highlight. The great thing about this is that this palette is reusable. So once you're done with the colors that they give you, even if you don't like those colors, you can go to the MAC store and get your own that you prefer and put it in there instead. So huge deal. I'm just saying you're welcome. Alrighty, so we're going to be using MAC Sculpt, which is this color right here, and that is just a basic contour. The reason why I like this contour so much is because that's a very cool toned contour, and sometimes when you're getting contours, they tend to be a little on the bronzy side, and for me that just doesn't work well because I'm so fair-skinned. So we're going to take that, put that on, and then I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. Alright. Okay. The next thing that I like to do is I like to highlight first. So I'm using my matte color that came with the palette. It's this one right here. And I just go underneath the eye. And I kind of make a C shape around your face. Okay, like that. I like to do a little on my nose and then a little on my forehead. Okay, just like that. And then the next thing that I like to do is I like to do my blush last, just because I want you to see that color on my face. I know a lot of people aren't really into blush. You know, they'd rather have a more highlight and more contour than they do blush, but I'm a blush person, and I'm really digging this blush right here. This one right here. It is the most beautiful peach. It's almost like Luminoso, but it's a little more matte, and it's not so shiny as the Milani. So I'm really into it right now. So I just go, you know, right on my apples of my face, in between the contour and the highlight. Okay. All right. Then I take my big brush again and I just kind of blend it all together. Blend it all together. Alrighty. So then we're going to go back in and we're going to finish up those eyes. So I'm going to take a flat definer brush, and some of you may notice this because this is what I just recently got in my Ipsy bag. And we're going to go back into our Chocolate Bonbon palette, and we're going to use this color right here, this beautiful hot pink right here. And it's called Totally Fetch. So we're going to go underneath the eyelashes, just so that it's a little pop of color. So just a little bit, just like that. And then we're going to finish it off with our mascara on our bottom lashes. Alrighty. And then the final step is our lips. So today I'm using, to line my lips, I'm using a Rimmel. It is an Exaggerate full color lip liner, and it is in the color East End Snob. Right here. So it's like it's kind of like a nude pink almost. I'm just gonna line the lip. And then the lipstick I'm using is the ColourPop Lippy Stick, and it is the Lumiere. It's a matte color. It's made by Kathleen Lights. She is also a YouTuber. Alrighty. So what do you think? You like it? Not too bad, huh? And that's it. Pretty romantic, right? So I hope that you enjoyed my tutorial tonight. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, that you and whoever you're spending Valentine's Day with is spoiling yourself and making sure that you feel loved and special this day. If you enjoyed my tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. That's Glam Gamer Girl. And please like my videos. Thanks. Bye.